Is there anything that you guys want to ask? I'll answer a couple questions before I get off. Ask anything, go ahead, and please just be respectful because you guys know that there are certain things that I can talk about, and there are certain things that I choose not to talk about out of respect for not only myself but for what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? All right. I appreciate y'all. Real talk. Let's. You guys have 5-10 minutes. Okay. Ask whatever you want. All right. Thoughts on playing in Mexico City? Mavs playing in Mexico. I'm excited. I cannot wait to go to Mexico City and experience it. Man, like that. I'm looking forward to it. Will you be back by playoffs? Don't hold your breath on that. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that I won't be back. It's just I don't want to make any predictions on when I'm gonna be back. I just want to be back 150,000% better. So I'm taking my time right now to really get healthy. I'm taking my time to really get my body right, other portions of my body right, and really just enjoy this recovery process, man. It's not pretty. Yes, it is a beautiful struggle, but I go through kind of the mental roller coaster ride of every day. Just want to be back out there. ANTA US dropping more clothes from the line. Absolutely. You guys got to accept my apology again. Integrating a brand from China here in America has been an incredible mountain climb. I mean, I'm in competition with no one but myself, but having other peers of mine release their own signature shoes has been amazing. I don't know if you guys know how many signature athletes there are now, but we're well over 25. 25 signature athletes, meaning 25 signature shoes out in the marketplace. So you're competing with your brother and sister next to you. Don't make me go down the list of everybody that has, shoes coming out. I want to shout out to them. But at the same time, I'm focused singularly on how to be better as CCO and continue to pour in to our community here in America. You know what I mean? China is huge, Asia is huge, but here in America, it is taking the necessary steps to make sure that things are done right. So shout out to all you guys that have been supporting ANTA and following me on my journey. You know what I mean? I have a passion of making shoes, of designing shoes, of incorporating my teammates into good shit. So please be on the lookout. You guys got a brief view over here. I genuinely believe that these shoes need to be up for awards. That could be me just being selfish with my time, but I feel like this should definitely be up for shoe of the year. The details on this, the shoelaces that come, already laced up, my logo in the front of it right here. You have the gigantic ANTA logo on the back. You have storylines that go deeper and deeper the more that you look into the box and you start doing your research on this. You know what I mean? I really feel like this should be up for shoe of the year. Okay. Kai, how do I succeed as a small guard? I want to let you know I'm president of the small guard union. Even though I'm 6'2", I still consider myself a small guard. Guards in the league are very tall now. It's like 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", and above. So as a small guard, please just practice on your skills, work on your defense. And when I say work on your skills, it means really take your time getting to know what your body is capable of. Part of being smaller in the NBA is figuring out, how do I get my shot off still when, I'm going in there with 7-footers and things like that. So as a small guard, please just work on your craft and work against people that are faster than you, stronger than you, a little bit quicker than you, got better moves. Work against people that are better than you, bro, or you want to be better than, so that you're using them as a healthy motivation. For me, I definitely looked up to a lot of different people, but I just wanted to be my own version. And what you see is what you get. So as a small guard, just use your brain. Make sure that you're the first to the gym. Make sure you're the last to leave. And make sure you're doing all the little things, Okay. Will you drop a Kobe-inspired shoe? Absolutely, I'm going to drop a Kobe-inspired shoe. I obviously have to work within the lines that I'm given. Shout out to Vanessa and the girls. I do my best to make sure I show them love, show them the support. We all miss Kobe. I think you've seen a lot of art pieces from peers of mine, including myself, just showing that homage towards him, paying that homage. And we miss him dearly. So anytime I could create something that's Kobe inspired, I'm definitely gonna let you guys know that. Let's see. What are your daily things you do to keep yourself disciplined and focused on your goals and purpose? Man, that's a great question, because I struggle just like the rest of you guys, filling up my time with things that serve me at the highest level. I think it's easy to put your phone in your hand and scroll. I think it's easy to do things that are habitual that may not be the best for you. So I would say every day I wake up, not only am I just grateful to God that He woke me up, but I'm grateful I have breath in my lungs, that I have a chance. I start off with that gratitude. I start off with my prayers. I start off with my meditation. Now, I definitely am not always the most disciplined. I'm human. You know what I'm saying? Like I definitely can be better. I'm one of my hardest critics on myself, but I'm learning how to give myself grace. I'm learning how to give myself that that runway to be able to not judge myself so hard on things. You know what I mean? Like I'm so hard on myself sometimes into a fault. But I've learned how to process my emotions, learned how to process what's going on within me, and then be able to be the better version of me as I move forward. So I would say when you wake up, make sure you start with that gratitude, be grateful, be thankful. There's a few people in this world that don't get a chance to live out that day again. And we only can literally take one day at a time. I can't force anything. I can't force the time to go faster. I can only take one day at a time. So I suggest you do the same. All right. What is your advice for an athlete who is behind the rest of their age group? My advice to you is, again, natural osmosis. Work with people that are faster than you, smarter than you, a bigger expert. They've been in, the game for years, or they're just now starting out with you, but they have certain attributes that you want. It's okay to admire someone, but it's even more powerful to go and become who you're destined to be. Get the most out of your potential. All right. I appreciate you guys so much. Let me see. How could I shoot better? Definitely keep your right elbow tucked. Get some arc under that basketball, and making sure you're working at game pace. Somebody asked as well, can you preview your song for us? You guys, I would love to preview my songs on here. Unfortunately, I got to make sure I go through the right channels so I don't get in trouble with any of the producers or any of the creators that help me along the way. I got to make sure, like, the music industry is a little bit different when you're trying to put out music. So I'm learning the tricks of the trade. I'm learning how to stay patient. I'm learning as an artist just to release things rather than overthinking them. You know what I mean? So it's like, for me, I get so much joy and I get so much love out of putting my words and my pain into songs, or putting my emotions into songs. But it is a very vulnerable connection. You know what I mean? I want to make sure that I'm coming into any industry prepared, and also paying my homage to those who came before me. That doesn't mean that I'm afraid to put out my music or anything like that. It just means I'm very intimate with my music. I'm very intimate with my art. And I just, I feel good that I can share this with you guys eventually. And, you will be able to hear it. But at the same time, I still have a lot to learn. I still have a lot to do. I still have a lot of room to grow and improve. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all the messages as well. What advice can you give us to help ourselves motivated? I mean, you might have to reshape that, but yeah. What advice can you give us to help keep us motivated? I would say this, and I'll answer this next question. Like, what are you looking forward to in life right now? What advice can you give us? I would say, when you look at me, I don't ever want you to feel like this is unreachable or unattainable. The goals of making something that you planned out when you were a kid, and then being able to work as hard to make something greater happen. I don't mind being that example for you. I will always tell you I'm an imperfect person, so I've made mistakes along the way. But I would say motivation has to come from within. But if it is coming from an external source, just make sure it's coming from a good person, and somebody that will help you grow, and also stay with you throughout the journey. That doesn't mean they have to be physically there. It just means that you're connected with them. And that's why I'm engaging the way I am right now, is because I want you guys to join me on this journey, on these steps to not only being more consistent on here, but also holding me accountable to tell you guys more and share more things with you guys. Because the more comfortable I become on this, the better that this becomes. You know what I mean? The more comfortable I become over the course of this time that I'm on stream, the better this is, the better this is. So, let me see. Let me see. Somebody said is Ant a better defender than Prime Klay? They're both great defenders. I ain't gonna lie to you. They're both. Okay, let me respond to the Twitter chat. What y'all saying in there? I'm not seeing it, you know, in somebody. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Let me see. Shout out to Standing Rock. Shout out to Pine Ridge. Shout out to all my Lakota brothers and sisters, my Nakota brothers and sisters, and my Dakota brothers and sisters. You know what I mean? Appreciate you guys. I don't see anything on my Twitter feed right now, you guys, but yeah, shit crazy. How do you not get nervous to keep moving forward even though you are judged so heavily? Yo, that's a great question. Nerves, I still do get nervous, right? But it's not uncontrollable nerves now. I know how to settle myself down and regulate my nervous system. Regulating your nervous system starts with breathing through struggle, with breathing through, you know, what's happening internally. Obviously, it's a lot more to it than just breathing. But from somebody like myself who has dealt with anxiety, who deals with PTSD, and then also has been able to be very transparent with others about where I am mentally, spiritually, emotionally now at this age. So yes, I do get nervous, but being judged is and truly an honor. You know what I mean? Like being judged for who you are is truly an honor. Now, it's up to you whether or not you pay attention to those judgments. But with all the things that go on mentally in people, I've learned to just expand and focus on how I can control the moment and be better rather than being afraid to be uncomfortable from confrontation. I had to confront myself before I got free mentally. You know what I mean? I had to confront all of the vices, all the things that's going on with me to be able to figure out what's going on. And it's a process. It's a year's process. It's not like you're going to figure it out in 1 month or you're going to figure it out. So I just say buckle up and get, you know, used to the vessel that you've been given on earth and do the best you absolutely can with this vessel. Please do the best you can. I've dealt with a lot of trauma in my life, but I don't want to make that an excuse for why I can't continue to grow as a young man. So the goal now is to be better every single day and also share who I am with you guys. I saw somebody ask for some book recommendations. Let me see if I got something here. Okay, I got Black Power by Kwame Ture, Politics of Liberation. This is like 1967. You know, this is insane, man. Shout out to Kwame Ture, man. I have The Message as well. I don't know if you guys can see. We have The Body Keeps the Score as well. Show you guys so you guys can see. And then we also have White Rage, which is, yeah, the unspoken truth of our racial divide. Yeah, so I have that right now. I also have The Surrender Experiment. Great book. Great book. What else do I have here? Oh yeah, this one was one of my favorites as well that I was tweeting about last year. Chop Wood, Carry Water. All right. And I want to let you guys know, like, I'm gonna try to do something with Audible where some of my streams, and I'm definitely gonna do something with other platforms where some of my streams we could listen to chapters together. I know some of you guys are not necessarily inclined to go straight to reading, so maybe it's easier to listen. But just want to let you know, reading is a superpower. Being aware of how you process information, how you critically think is important. You know, all our brains are different, but we're wired in this universe in a beautiful way. So reading is important because it teaches you about your brothers and sisters. It teaches you about your brothers and sisters, different cultures. It teaches you about the history of that's taking place. And also, you get a chance to really get to know who you are and what you believe in. And then you get to build on your intelligence and then make the deciphering choice of what you believe on your own. I'm not gonna be the type of person to tell you, yo, believe everything I'm doing, believe everything I'm doing. Nah, like do your own background research first, and then we can talk about it in a conversation. But if you just coming back to me and stuff like that and being like, yo, Kai, you said it, da, 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 I was like, nah, bro, like I'm giving this to you because you deserve it. Like knowledge is power, and wisdom should be something that's passed along through all of our experiences and explained in a way that's age appropriate, but we can also take what we're talking about and learn from it. So I'm in that era of my life where I'm a 33-year-old, but I'm also very much aware of how I can impact people positively and do more, out in the world. And Kyrie, what advice would you give me because I just lost my parents? I am so sorry to hear that from Kashishu. I'm so sorry to hear that. Dang, like losing your parents is tough. I've lost my mom, I've lost my grandmother, so it's not easy at all. But grieving, it lets you know that you love deeply. I remember seeing that earlier today. Somebody said grieving lets you know that you love deeply. And I'm one of those people that love to feel my feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. Like dealing with death and grieving through death is one of the toughest things to do, guys. I don't downplay it. I don't underestimate it. Yeah, it's just nuts. So I would say please go seek out help, go to a counselor, go to a therapist, and just really, really let all of it out. Because grieving, you gotta let like years out sometimes when you lose people close to you. So I feel for you, heart for you. All right. Appreciate you guys.